Okay, well, thanks for joining us. Giving you a call here from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Don and Nancy Carson. Tonight we're going to be joined by Jackie Boyle from Australia and Patrick from the United States. So we've got Canada, the United States, and Australia on here. So let me just get these guys unmuted. So let's see if we can get you unmuted, Patrick and Jackie. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that. So we're going to have a little round table here tonight with the four of us. And I think the important premise of this call is to sort of let everybody know, because these two people have been here for quite a while, like ourselves, right, Nancy? We've heard from Patrick in some private chats we've had, and Jackie with private chats, and
really watch the evolution and the simplification of the system.
Yeah. And so we wanted to take the time tonight for those of you that watch this recording. Here it is. It's the end of March, heading into April. And April 1st is April Fool's Day, which is always it's a good thing we're not doing it on that day. We definitely do something crazy, wouldn't they? We've had a chance now to recreate our Zoom links so that we can keep them safe and not have to worry about people just sort of climbing in and doing things silly. So we want to have a good recording, and that's what we're doing tonight. So here's the premise. Collect Direct is a vision of Dave Jordan and his wife Joyce, basically for the last 40 odd years, where they were collecting and amassing collectibles in warehouses throughout the United States. And Dave looked at this in 1998 as a business where he could just not be a collector to amass the collectibles, but also could share them in an MLM or a network marketing world. And he kind of launched a company that he started that was getting some good traction. But what happened in that particular instance was the Beanie Baby craze happened. So we're talking 1998.
The Beanie Bubble.
And the Beanie Bubble happened. And so people were so excited about Beanie Babies, and he wasn't really buying Beanie Babies for his launch of that company at that time. And in those days, there wasn't the marketing arms that are in everybody's visual right now when it comes to the social media categories.
You couldn't just use a search engine and find things.
You couldn't find it.
No, eBay was really the only platform that resellers were utilizing, and there was no internet search engine where you just went and found things.
Well, yeah, and it was at the beginning of that timeline, really. I mean, the eBay, Amazon craze wasn't big. It was just sort of like
direct to market, really. I mean, even when you started your fitness business, it was like that. There was no direct to market. There was no, you had to use another platform. You guys used television, right?
And it was expensive, very expensive, and big risk. And so when you start getting your head around a company called Collect Direct, visioned back in 1998, and then for all those years after, more collectibles amassed in warehouses. And then we get to 2023, and Dave says, well, you know what, I'm ready to go back, but the market is different. And we create a concept called point, click, share. Now this conversation you're going to hear from Australia, the United States, and Canada gets real, because I don't believe what Dave is doing right now could have happened in the way it's happening as we speak. So I'm going to play the video of how we approach the company. Then I'm going to come back to you guys, and let's have that round table. So let me just share my screen. This is our visual round table, kind of a company video that we like to share. So here's Collect Direct in a nutshell for those new people that see this recording.
So you want to become a member of Collect Direct. Here's how it works. Congratulations on deciding to join the exciting growth of the collectibles industry. Collect Direct was founded by our CEO, Dave Jordan, who has amassed a warehouse of vintage collectibles across all categories for over 40 years. Collect Direct allows you to easily create your own website showcasing items from Dave's collection. For every purchase made through your unique referral link, you earn rewards in a variety of ways. To get started, you simply need an existing member to invite you. Then you sign up for just $9.98, which gives you a 1-year membership. Next, purchase at least $29.98 worth of items to qualify your membership as an affiliate position, making you eligible to earn commissions from sales on your website. Collect Direct is a highly duplicatable, home-based business with unlimited potential, rewarding individuals through team building, coaching, and repeat customer orders. As part of a debt-free company participating in the multi-billion-dollar collectibles industry, expected to reach $1 trillion in the next decade, the possibilities are truly exciting. Don't miss out on this opportunity to point, click, and share your way to earning retail rewards.
So when we look at that video, Patrick, Jackie, we did not have that 6 months ago, 7 months ago, did we? And Patrick, I know you really like that video. So let's maybe start with how easy this is to really share what we're doing now compared to when we first looked at this vision back 6, 7 months ago. So let's start with you, Patrick, what your thoughts are, first of all, on that video, and what do you think has changed over the last 6, 7, 8 months?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, Don and Nancy. Appreciate always an opportunity to share my thoughts. Back about a year ago when I joined this, I saw the vision, and I've been watching this vision of Dave Jordan and his lovely wife Joyce unfold. And with the collaboration of some of the professionals that are part of this company, and the ability for us to chime in, and corporate takes all of our askings, and they bring these things to fruition. And the old saying in leadership, either you rise with it or you fall with it. So when a company is willing to listen to the field, we're the boots on the ground. So we are all formulating this company together. So I'm very pleased with the transition that's been happening. It's been taking some longer time than we all want. We all get that. But every great company out there started either in the garage or in the basement. Some of these companies, if you look at how quickly technology is advancing, some of these companies are multi-billion dollars in 7, 8 years. So, even though we're small, we're not a household name yet. We will be just like eBay. We will be a household name one day. And what I love about this is it's something for everyone. There's no entry or barrier. It's affordable by the masses. We can sweep the globe with this concept by creating our own ecosystem. Where else in the world can you go and get paid to collect? Nowhere else but Collect Direct.
I love that line. You brought that to us, and we threw it on social media, and there was great feedback on that. But it's so true. Where we are today compared to where we started, we like to use the term course correct, because we went from a startup that could have been as high as $1,000 down to a startup that's as low now as $29.98. But what's really fascinating about that is that it's infinite. So as many people as you encourage to buy items, or members that tune to join and share this, you get what's called unilevel pay, which can be what we call repeat customer pay over and over again, or this reward side of the business, which is fascinating to me, which is this $5 commission on a $29 sale. Well, that's 16, 17% just out of the gate, plus getting the business volume to generate team building concepts that we won't go into detail tonight, but we want you to understand our compensation plans based on team building, coaching, and repeat customer orders. Jackie, what do you think about this last 7, 8 months of transition to where we are now with the point, click, share concept really coming together?
First of all, again, thank you so much, Don and Nancy, for inviting me and asking me to come on board with you guys today and just share what my thoughts are. I think it's been an exciting concept right from the word go. And we have course corrected as we've gone through. And I'm very grateful to think that we've done that. There has been a lot of highs and lows, but I think as we've forged forward into the next quarter of the year as a business model, what Dave's been able to do with his team behind him, he's seen the vision to be able to change what we need as an e-commerce business online. And I know that Patrick touched base on it. Between the video that we now have, we do have something that is duplicatable. It's sustainable, so people can afford to do this. It doesn't matter what they have in their bank account, and it's duplicatable. And the thing that I think I mentioned to you the other day, for me, I now look at it, it's opened up my eyes. I've had a big passion for collectibles in our space, like my husband's and mine. So that's why we came on board, because it's the first thing that we were able to actually do outside of our own conventional business that we both had a passion about. And that was within the sporting space here in Australia for us. So what Dave and Joyce have brought to us, and yourself and Nancy, is that we now have had this education. It's been this learning curve of being a student of the collectible space, that from a business perspective, it literally, for me, as I mentioned to you, it's like having a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And we just have to shine that all over the world. And I think we are just so close to where we're going to do that. And it is going to be a household name. So I think through the course correction, it's been an education process along the line, Donna Nancy, because we thought we had it right, but we just didn't. So we needed to just change a few things. And that's what you do in business. So I think what we have been able to do for those that want to go out and essentially be rewarded extremely well for what their efforts are, and we're not making any promises at all, that is achievable. But for those that just want to be rewarded for a little bit of their part-time effort that they put in, this is where the flexibility of this business model that Dave has actually created, along with everybody in the back scenes as well, it now suits anybody from the little mum, like the mum at home, through to somebody that's sitting in a corporate workspace. There's something in there for everybody. And just to come in now at an entry level of $9.98 a year, and then only to have to, as a minimum of $30 monthly, and that's literally buying a gift for somebody every month. And what you're getting, you have your business in your hand, this pot of gold for $30 a month. That is it. And that $30 a month is a gift that you can give to somebody. So it's the gift of giving. So this point, click, share that we have been trying to educate people on how simple it is. I go back to Nancy. I'm so excited. I'm not the analytical one. My husband is. I go around with ignorance on fire and learn as I go. So as I grow, I will learn. And I think this is what we're doing. We've just got to not hang on to the negative and keep looking at that pot of gold, because it's there. Dave has it. And where we're heading with it, we are all going to just shine. We've got it all in our hands. We've just got to take the blinkers off and look at the possibilities, because they are endless for me, Don and Nancy. They really are.
Well, Nancy, I mean, I'd like to hear your thoughts leading into what I was going to say, but
well, when we were talking earlier, and we were talking about platforms and what you used to do, I went through during the pandemic this little online shopping debacle that Dawn likes to bring up as like a reminder of like that my trust was out there in a place. And I love Terry's training that she did with us on the generational marketing. And the one thing that I remember coming together in all of those different generations was trust. And the thing that I love about Dave's products is that you can trust that that's the product that you're going to get. It's not like, remember I told you, it was described as a red wool coat, and you're going, that's not a red wool coat. And I'm going, it says right here in the description, and look at the picture. And then we did a funny photo montage of what I actually got and what I ordered and what I actually got. And I think trust and the accreditation that Dave is doing with doing his own grading, and having that grading level be just as high as any other platform out there that can only be brought to you by Collect Direct, is just empowering, because he is bringing
authenticity.
That wasn't the word I was going to say, but authentication.
There you go.
To all of his products, and that what you are getting is what you've ordered. And that is powerful. That trust component that was coming in your box that you order every single month is going to be what has been described to you. And that's super powerful.
So let's talk about that trust factor and the branding. So one of the things that Dave is doing for those of you that aren't familiar is he's establishing a vehicle to create the Collect Direct brand. You see, to just go out there and say, hey, I have a Collect Direct graded card does not have the same trust and credibility as some of the ones that have been around for 20 and 30 years, because people don't know the Collect Direct name. So instead, what he's doing is he's using the items that are so collectible, so rare, and he's talking about them, driving so many eyeballs. And while those eyeballs are looking at these unique items, it could be George Washington, it could be, coins from, gosh, he was talking about it on Saturday before Christ, and amazing one-offs, autographs from Walt Disney checks and LeBron James runners, and then of course all these amazing graded cards from Gretzky to Bobby Orr to the different athletes like, Messier, and of course the 1957-52 Topps sets that he has 27 unopened of that he plans on opening on a podcast. The eyeballs that creates will give him an audience. And that's the key I wanted to teach in this video tonight to all you that see this after, the concept of eyeballs. If you without eyeballs, you can't make a sale. You have to get people to have a chance. And Patrick, you and I have talked about that. You have to have the ability for people to know what it is you're talking about. Well, Collect Direct, this t-shirt, the branded cards are only going to be sold on Collect Direct, but they're going to be talked about in other media to drive eyeballs to Collect Direct. And there's the lead generation that we're creating right now. Part of that's going to come from a category called the Vault, which is now getting populated. We'll have a link from Collect Direct. Buy yourself to the Vault. And if somebody buys from that, you will get a commission on that sale. The only way you can get any commission off of any items in the Vault is to be a $9.98 Collect Direct member. That's all coming together as we speak. So Patrick, to have a brand, and as Nancy said, trust is critical. How do you do that without the eyeballs? Go ahead. I'll let you share your thoughts around that.
Well, you really can't. I mean, if you look at social media today, it doesn't take long for news to spread virally. So there's a lot of critics out there, and sometimes, the pioneers take some of the arrows, they typically get the best land. So, I'm not worried about the naysayers out there. Some people, come to me and say, well, those graded cards, the guy is grading his own card. I said, you missed the whole point. It's not about competing with other grading companies. It's about establishing brand and trust with Collect Direct. I, as a member within the ecosystem, I'd rather buy Dave's $5 sport card that he graded, that his professionals graded. I know I can crack that slab open for $29.95, $29.98. I can send that card to PSA and I can get $300 for it.
Well, you don't know for sure. There's no guarantee of that.
I've done the research.
Right, but it is possible.
I've done the research on it. I've looked at the sold items on eBay for PSA versus other grading companies. And the card that I bought for $30, I saw it was sold online for $300, graded by PSA.
And
I know that card in that case is at least a 9+.
Right. That's your trust factor.
That's my trust.
And that's what he's assuring you of. Exactly. So, and the reason why we can trust that is because Dave's been buying millions and millions of items for years, and he does it based on what he knows as an industry expert. So that's the great part of our marketing strategy, is to drive the eyeballs way to Collect Direct, where these cards will be available at a very fair price that you can do what you want with. Put them in your own time capsule, save them for 20 years, and then imagine what they could be worth. Who knows? Or sell them.
Remember when people would go to eBay and they didn't know what eBay was? And there was a lot of people that were like, oh, I got that on eBay. I got that on eBay. And there was a whole generation of people that didn't know what that was. And I think that is the point where Collect Direct is right now. And we are going to become, when you throw down Collect Direct as a brand, like what we were talking about, it will just coincide with, and I love that this is a one-stop shop for fans and collectors, that they can find a whole bunch of everything, not like one thing. They can find a whole bunch of everything.
And more coming.
And more coming, because I know for me, like if I'm looking for something and I find it and search for it online, I am looking at an individual one item. Now I have to trust that if I am going to purchase that item, where it's coming from, that I'm actually going to get it. Like that is what we're talking about with the branding, with the trust, with the incredible authenticity,
authentication, whatever. Listen, before you jump in, Patrick, let me just share my thoughts on what Dave's concept is, the Card of the Month Club, a buyer's club. The idea that you could look every day at all these new things being added and buy one once a month, add it to your treasure chest. 12 months from now, look back in that treasure chest and look at what I bought 12 months ago. Amazing thought around that. The Buyers Club. And now what he does is regular promotions, like right now, March Madness. He's doing a $25 toy box and you get another $25 one for free. You just pay the freight. He's doing a $279 sample pack if you want to order that, you'll get a second one for free. Just pay the freight. Lots of promotions that'll be done on a regular basis. Now, for those of you that in Australia or in Canada, what you apparently have to do is you've got to send an email to support@collectdirect.com. Tell them your ID number. Tell them what it is you want. They're going to send you back a link that you click on, and before you know it, you've got your free package. And they've told you what the shipping cost is going to be for those packages. In the United States, you don't do that. It's automated. So there's lots of things happening as we speak. But Patrick, it's part of this kind of this card of the month club concept as being in a buyer's club.
Yes, one other caveat here that does not exist anywhere else now. I've been, 35 years in the industry, and every network marketing company I've ever joined always frowned upon reselling their products on Amazon or eBay. Not here.
Right.
It's your inventory. Do what you want with it.
Right.
To me,
Market it
collectibles
at a trade show or at a card show.
Yeah.
Or comic book show.
we can resell this on third-party websites. In fact, it's in cards. I mean, it's a business. Run your business like you want to run your business. No handcuffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Other companies want to handcuff you with all these do not do this, do not do that. Where here we have an ecosystem and inventory galore. I mean, I'm going to be loyal to my own brand, my own business. Exactly. I'm not going to go buy from eBay. I'm going to buy from Collect Direct. Why? They're paying me to collect.
It's so cool. What a concept. We lost Jackie somewhere in the wherever she fell off, but I think she came back because I saw her message. Robert, I don't know if you want to find her and let her back in, but folks, that's our concept we wanted to touch on today. Just a fun little, explanation of where we're at, where we see it going, the vault being part of the big picture for high priced items past the $29.98 price point, a commission plan that pays you for teaching others to do well, coach them, and get paid every time somebody orders something infinitely. There's lots of payback. So it's your business. You get started, get in where you fit in, learn the concept, point, click, share, watch the videos that we have coming, and watch what we do in the next month or two that knocks your socks off.
Don't forget to mention the postcard system. It's a tool that is actually really effective if you're doing belly to belly. As far as your marketing goes, if you're doing your marketing and you're just doing it online, this is something that you could actually send out to people if you wanted. But if you're doing belly to belly, it does all the heavy lifting for you, especially in those moments where everybody's trying to get like their elevator pitch down, or they want to get their whatever they're going to say in a very few moments. I've witnessed it. I've utilized it. You give them the card. Do you collect anything? Do you know anyone that collects anything? You can be done with a sentence. Like, do you collect anything? Do you know anyone that collects anything? Here, take this. And I know a lot of people will even put one of the cards that they've gotten from their inventory attached to it. And then it has another additional value, because nobody's just going to toss that away when you've stapled a card of value onto that postcard. So I'm just saying, like, if you're doing any belly to belly stuff,
that's called collectdirectcards.com. You can all take a look at it. There you are, Jackie. I see you're back. Thanks for the two of you now, but that's okay. Listen, I don't know which one we're watching. I see a recorded version of you and I see you. It's like it's too funny. But anyways, collectdirectcards.com. The other thing you can look at is collectdirectmagazine.com, where you get a real insight into the industry.
It's true.
Final thoughts on
and history
on this.
About Dave. Yeah.
So Jackie, I'll unmute you, see if we can get you to chime in here for one last follow-up comment here before we shut it off.
She should already be unmuted.
Yeah, there she is. Perfect.
Thanks, Robert.
Guys, timing is everything, and your timing couldn't be better to look at this for the first time. I hope you enjoyed you get the final thoughts here.
I'm so sorry, everybody. Hopefully I'm not. I think I am actually.
You just have to turn your phone off. There you go. You're good.
Is it gone?
No, your echo. Unfortunately,
it has now. Sorry,
okay,
I'll just turn the whole phone
off.
So I'm
listen,
so
final
sorry.
thoughts, and we're going to turn our recording off. But you missed some of the great conversation we had here, so no problem.
Yeah, I was listening to it on the phone. It's the internet, and this is like, with Collect Direct, we've course corrected as we've gone through, and so I think with any great company that you have, you know, you do have to make modifications, but the core of the business itself, Dave has that in his hands, and he's opening that up for all of us. And it doesn't matter who you are, where we head with it, the tools that he's provided us with. I honestly can't believe, from being a conventional business owner, that what we have in our hands for a little outlay, to be able to then go and take something so massive, 15,000 individual items and growing. And I can't even begin to imagine what it's going to look like when the door of the vault opens. Like, oh my gosh, like, where does that go? Because it then becomes this incredible e-commerce opportunity of where your customers are infinite, and you just do not know who is going to purchase what. They're not going to tell you if they're going to buy a $10 item or a $10,000 item. So anything is possible. And this is where it is this gift and this pot of gold that we have, Don and Nancy and Patrick. And, you know, it wouldn't be possible without Dave and Joyce. And so if you're
And
not
his vision.
excited about
I
it,
agree.
you need to find your vision and find out what your why is, and get out of your own way and start sharing it. Talk about it.
Those of you that see this recording won't be able to see some of the questions. Just a quick one. Will we ever have a catalog of items? The answer is impossible. 15,000, you can't have a catalog. It's like going like 10 times the Sears catalog from when I was a kid, you know, the big thick ones. No, the catalog's online. That's why we have websites. Some of the other things that come up are comments like, man, this will be a business from the start to the end of $1 billion company and brand. I believe that. I really do believe that. I think that's a great point. The owner is amazing. He's a giver. True. Does a lot of giveaways on Saturdays where he gives away 5 prizes every Saturday. There's lots of great stuff coming, folks. The low entry point's ideal for everybody to get started on an equal playing field. So remember this, you cannot buy a ranking collector act. You've got to earn it by accumulation of volume. And that comes from team building, coaching, and repeating what you do out of the beginning, which is duplicate. So let us teach you that over the next number of years, next months. Tune in, not this Saturday, because that's going to be the Easter weekend. So there's no call on Saturday, next Wednesday, and then the following Saturday when we're ready to come back. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Patrick, Jackie, thanks for joining Nancy and I. We'll look forward to seeing you on another Wednesday in the next week or so. Take care, everyone.
Stay blessed, everybody.